Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel, where in this video I will be providing a channel update to let everyone know of a few changes that have happened over the last 6 months. The first big change is that we now require less than 100 subs in order to achieve the 1000 subscriber goal that I had set when I first created this channel. We managed to pass 900 subs just this past weekend, which puts us a lot closer to that goal, and I'm absolutely blown away by this. I hope this trend continues, and I want to thank everyone who has subscribed to my channel, as well as commented, or clicked either the like or dislike buttons, as they all help me in relation to the channel itself, as well as improving the overall presentation of the content. My intention of this channel has always been to provide myself a resource I can use for my players and point them at videos they can use to learn how to play their characters, as well as to remind myself how I did things in the past and whether they're still relevant going forward. The fact that other people are using this channel for their resource as well is both a benefit to everyone who's watching and a wow moment for myself. So once again, thank you for that, and I'm looking forward to continuing to provide these resources going forward. In relation to the Ride for Cancer fundraising goal, the amount raised so far is just over $900, and we are almost at the 1,000 goal set by the QE2 Foundation. However, we are still about $1,100 short of my overall goal. I've been fundraising in my local area for quite some time, and it's starting to pay off, but it's still possible for anyone in the channel who is interested to make a donation, but only as long as you're financially able to do so, as the last thing I want to do is put anyone who contributes into a difficult situation. It appears, however, the Twitter poll I had in place had expired faster than I expected. I will find another polling option if there's interest in me reposting the poll to give everyone a chance to make their vote. Let me know in the comments below if that is still the case. If you're confused and it's not clear as to what fundraiser I'm talking about, I will post the link to the video in the description below that explains what that fundraiser is, as well as provide an annotation in this video so that you can quickly gain access to it. Sadly, however, over the last 4 weeks, I have not been biking due to an injury to my right arm. But I was able to get out on a ride just this past week, and while my arm is still sore, it looks like I can slowly get back into training to be able to do the 75-kilometer bike ride later this year. Another announcement I want to make is that I have created a Reddit account, and I'm cross-posting video releases in the Fantasy Grounds Reddit channel, as well as to my Facebook page and Twitter account. In addition to this, I have created a new forum post on the Fantasy Grounds forums where you can find all of the links to the various player class videos I have been recording and releasing. There is one central list that will allow you to access the rest of the class videos as they are released, and I've also included a schedule for upcoming video releases specific to class or subclass-based topics. You will be able to see what videos I have planned next for the topic, as well as the state of planning, scripting, recording, or editing and scheduling that they are in before they are eventually released. That post, and the questions I had posed to Smiteworks about their preferred format for it, brought me to the attention of one of Smiteworks' internal staff members who was kind enough to cross-link several of the focus tutorial and custom campaign videos onto their wiki page for everyone else to make use of. I've promised to keep him in the loop as I release new content to either of those two playlists, and he's going to ensure that they get linked into the wiki, continuing that trend going forward. I'm only one of several YouTube presenters who have been given this honor, and I'd like to thank Smiteworks for that and hope people find them useful as Unity becomes more and more prevalent out of the two versions, specifically now that the Classic Edition has been set for retirement. All of the links to the forum post as well as to the wiki page postings will be provided in the description below, so feel free to use them to get at those resources. So let's take a look at how this channel is going to go forward. I'm making significant progress in getting all of the player classes recorded for both Xanathar's Guide to Everything and Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, as well as interjecting the odd Fantasy Grounds specific video, such as the token lighting and vision videos, as new features get released. My goals are to finish off these two supplements, then split off doing the Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide and return to working on the custom campaign as well as Fantasy Grounds specific tutorials. As I indicated earlier, the class videos were always intended to be a resource for me to point my players at how to set up their characters within a given campaign. I want to ensure that that goal continues to move forward, but as I am slowly nearing the end of dealing with the class and subclass videos for 5th edition, I need to ensure I can transition back to more of a Fantasy Grounds Unity and DM specific series of videos, and there's still significant amounts of material there that I can cover. And from a views perspective, the DM and Fantasy Grounds Unity videos have always had a higher number of views in relation to how often people are watching them as well as their duration, over the class videos themselves, but that's not an unexpected result. And that's not a surprise and a sacrifice I've been willing to make to get these resources out there, simply because when a player is looking for the ability to set up their character, they're looking for a very specific class. They're not necessarily going to go and watch all of the class-specific videos, and that's perfectly fine. I know that there are other modules out there, and I do plan on covering the classes within the Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide, Ben Richten's Guide to Ravenloft, and potentially looking at the Eberron and Wildmount supplements down the road. So you can see that there's still an immense amount of material and work left to go over in order to ensure that there is a good support structure for anyone who wants to be able to play a class within Fantasy Grounds, as well as to be able to utilize Fantasy Grounds itself. And the fact that Fantasy Grounds Unity is still evolving and still changing as Smiteworks continues to add more features to it and develop the software itself, some of my older videos will have to be updated to take those things into account. So I'm not quite in an endless cycle of video recording, but I'm getting pretty close to it. To that end, this pretty much covers everything that is currently going on and what I am planning for the future, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And I also hope the channel has become one of your Fantasy Grounds and Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition resources that you use and are showing it to your friends and colleagues when working within Unity and setting up your own characters and campaigns. Thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you in the next series of videos. I wish to thank you for taking the time to watch this particular video. I hope you found it informative and useful to familiarizing yourself with Fantasy Grounds in general, and that you had fun in the process. If you found the video useful and you liked the content of the particular video, go ahead and click that like button to let me know. And if you have any questions specific to the topic covered by this particular video, or just have some comments in general, please feel free to post something in the comment section, and I will do my best to respond to any questions that are asked. Additionally, I do release content quite regularly, and it's generally specific to Fantasy Grounds or 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons at this time. So if you'd like to be notified when new videos come out, go ahead and subscribe and click the notification bell to ensure that notification is sent to you when I release a new video.